What comes to mind when you hear the word robot? Is it an anime character? An industrial robot in a factory? Something cute like a pet? Or a humanoid robot? The word robot was first used by the Czech playwright Karel Čapek in a 1920 play. It comes from the word robota, which means surf labor in the Czech language. In the play, he refers to working machines as robots. Robots have come to play a key role in modern society. Welding robots are hard at work in automobile plants. In warehouses, robots are used to move heavy packages. Cutting-edge robots can recognize objects and decide what needs to be done. This camera functions as the robot's eyes. It can see what the parts look like and decide how to move its arms so that it can pick each one up. Work that used to rely on human assistance can now be done by robots alone in record time. Robotic research and development is carried out throughout the world, but Japan is #1 when it comes to bipedal walking robots. In 1973, Waseda University succeeded in developing the world's first such robot. One step took nearly a minute. That's how difficult it was to create human-like movement. In 1986, the automobile maker Honda launched a robotic research program to enhance human mobility. The first prototype was released a year later. This robot was able to take one step in 5 seconds. Improvements in speed gave rise to a new problem. If the ground was even slightly uneven, the robot would lose its balance and fall over. The movement of every single joint had to be computer-controlled for the robot to keep its balance. Researchers went through a process of trial and error, experimenting over and over again. Seven years later, in 1993, they produced their first humanoid robot, a robot that was able to walk up and down stairs. Robotics research and development is costly and time-consuming. But in today's information-intensive society, it's fairly easy to copy the results once the information is made public. What if everyone was allowed to imitate the fruits of many years of research and hard work? There would no longer be any motivation to come up with pioneering research. That would bring an end to new developments. Society would come to a standstill. That's why a system was conceived to protect newly developed technology and information about it as the property of the inventor, the patent system. Imagine that researcher A succeeds in developing a new walking technology for robots. If he applies for a patent and gets it, he is granted exclusive rights over that invention for a fixed period of time. The patent holder can also authorize other people to use the invention in exchange for a fee. For instance, imagine that researcher B wants to apply the patented robotic walking technology to his own research. He can buy access to the rights from researcher A. This enables researcher A to recover his development costs and proceed with new research. Meanwhile, researcher B is able to complete his own robot without wasting too much time and money. In other words, the patenting system motivates people to create new inventions and stimulates competition. It also promotes technological and industrial development by making new technology and know-how available to the public. Anyone with a new invention can apply for a patent. Japan's ancient capital of Kyoto is famous for its many historical temples and buildings. It's the home of a man who holds patents for numerous cutting-edge technologies. Tomotaka Takahashi is a robot creator. You may think that robotics development is conducted at a major institute with many researchers, and yes, that's often the case. But Takahashi works alone at home, handcrafting all the parts needed to create his robots.
「子供の頃に鉄腕アトムの漫画を読んで、その中に登場するロボットを作る科学者に憧れて、ロボットを作りたいなと思いながら、そこが原点ですね。一人だから気楽な部分もあれば逆にしんどい部分もありますしね。なんか自分が思う面白いロボットを作り続けていくには独立して個人でやった方がより独創的なとんがったものができるんじゃないかなということでこういうスタイルで仕事をしてますね。
Takahashi was determined to develop a robot that could walk like a human. His very first attempt resulted in what he called an electromagnetic absorption bipedal walking robot. He wanted to make a plastic model robot walk, and so he attached magnets to its feet and placed it on an iron sheet. He then devised an interlocking system that connected the magnets to a motor. By switching the motor on and off, he was able to make the robot walk. It was a revolutionary design, making use of a simple motor and electromagnets to achieve what was considered to be an extremely difficult challenge, getting a robot to walk on two legs. Takahashi then focused on improving the actual walk. In a typical robotic walk, the robot's knees are bent and it looks like it's crouching down. It looks unnatural. Takahashi experimented with the position and layout of the motor. He succeeded in getting the robot to walk so that the knee of the foot placed on the ground was extended. The technology that made possible this real way of walking he called Shin Walk, Shin being the Japanese for real. Takahashi was a university student at the time. He didn't want to share the results of his research with the academic world alone. But if he made the technology public, companies the world over would be free to make use of his work, unless he patented his idea. So he decided to patent the technologies for both the electromagnetic absorption bipedal walk and the Shin Walk.
特許を取ることによって出願することによってね、同じようなことを他に誰かが先に考えてないのかなとか、あとはそれを商品化する時にもね、企業さんも安心して使ってもらえるようになったわけなんで。
Takahashi applied his patented technology to the creation of Kroino, a robot that was hailed by a major US magazine as one of the coolest inventions in 2004. Takahashi gave demonstrations of Kroino all over the world to enthusiastic audiences, young and old. Why was Takahashi's robot so popular?
なんでそもそもねロボットが人間の形してるかっていうと、その人間の形をしていることによって我々人間が感情移入をしてですね、それが機械だけどまるで人間のように感じてコミュニケーションを取ろうと思えるんですね。その時にはやはりデザインだったり動きだったりっていうのはこうロボットにとって非常に大切なんですね。
So, it's more than just technology. Design is an important aspect of developing a robot. In fact, it's one of Takahashi's top priorities, as you can see in the FT, or female-type robot.
デザイン面でいうとそうですね、FT は細くするというのが、女性型の二足歩行ロボットが今までなくて、なんでなかったかというと細くするのが難しかったからなんですね。細くするためにいろいろまずね部品の配置だったりとか、部品の選定だったりとか設計についていろいろ工夫をして、さらにはこのカラーリングもより細く見えるように今白黒に塗り分けて、そういう視覚的な効果を狙ったりとかしてますね。
Designs can also be registered and protected as intellectual property rights. More often than not, a lot of time, money, and effort go into the design. If people were free to make use of the fruits of such labor, no one would want to bother with creating new design. Design registration works like a patent, granting the creator exclusive rights to use the design for a fixed period of time. The system used for this is the design registration system. In addition to patents and design registration, another important way to protect intellectual property is to register a trademark. The names and logos displayed on products and services in everyday life are called trademarks. A trademark serves an important function. It offers people information about the type of product or service and the company responsible for it. Unauthorized use of registered trademarks for products and services is prohibited. In Japan, a registered trademark is protected for 10 years. But since a trademark is displayed on a product or service, as long as there's a need to protect the trademark, registration can be renewed repeatedly. So far, we've looked at patents and the registration of designs and trademarks, systems that allow the creator of intellectual property to protect it. But now let's look at the benefits of such systems from the viewpoint of the consumer, the end user. Here, confiscated fake products are on display alongside genuine items. Take these felt-tip pens. They look more or less the same. The genuine product is above. A close look at the fake shows a slight difference in the product name. Some fakes use misleading company names on purpose. Fakes are cheaper than the genuine product and easy to buy. But the quality is inferior, and sometimes they may even be dangerous. Also, the availability of fake products has a bad effect on sales of genuine products. This is a headache for the company and the creator. In Japan alone, the financial damage caused by fake products is estimated to amount to 1 trillion yen each year. For the sake of safety and security, and to support the development of new technology, we as consumers must be careful not to buy fake, illegal, or copied products. With so much exciting progress in robotics, we can expect to see all sorts of cutting-edge robots helping us out in many ways. Construction robots can work in areas affected by natural disasters and other hazards. Medical robots with interchangeable facial expressions have been developed to put patients at ease. Building maintenance robots are already working in the dead of night. Robot suits that enable the wearer to lift heavy objects with ease will be helpful in nursing care. The motivation to develop new robots is supported by the systems in place to protect intellectual property rights. Patents that protect technology, design registration, and trademarks conveying corporate image. Robotics is not the only field where intellectual property rights are important. We are surrounded by products and services that are the result of creative effort. Smoke signals used to be the only means of long-distance communication. But with the development of new technologies and ideas protected by intellectual property rights came the introduction of fixed-line telephones. And today, we enjoy the convenience and fun of mobile phones with advanced audio and video. Technological development has made it possible to realize what was once a dream. We can now fly like a bird to distant locations all over the world. The growing awareness of environmental problems has given rise to the development of clean energies that do not emit greenhouse gases. Every single one of these developments is the result of creativity motivated by the knowledge that intellectual property rights will be protected. Anyone with an invention can apply for a patent. How about devising an innovative idea in your field of interest? You could become a patent holder yourself.